does have that.
Well, with that attitude, Luke Skywalker.
Might as well just meditate and disappear.
So you guys think that his hand, because if his hand disappeared with him, do you think it's possible that he's still alive? That Luke's still alive?
I mean, he doesn't need that hand as a spirit. So maybe he just went to a different place.
Anyway, welcome to Fanatics of Film. My name is Ben, and this is our Star Wars show, Blasterpiece Theater. Welcome one, welcome all, and may the Force be with you. We're so glad to have you with us. We are working on a lot of new stuff here at Blasterpiece Theater. We're working on getting some cool stories with our X-Wing gaming. But I do have my cohorts with me.
Thomas.
And I'm Alex, the Jakku Juggernaut. Meow, meow, meow.
Son of a juggernaut. Anyway, as you can see, this is our setup we've got. I actually just got this new Bespin mat, which is pretty sweet. Pretty cool stuff. And we did just pick up our Tantive 4. Is it Tantive or Tantive? I don't know.
Tantive?
Tantive? Is it Tantive?
Tantive.
The Tantive 4?
Yeah.
And so apparently the reason why they were caught by that original in episode 4 is because they were in trouble, having problems with the hyperdrive. Well, it didn't really go into that, unfortunately, with that not so great story I was not so happy with. But anyway, they were captured at the beginning of the first time we see the Tantive. Today we are kind of getting just more into the deep news. Episode 9, the cast has been released, and what are your guys' first thoughts?
Of course we were gonna see Hamill. Of course. Like, not even surprised.
I am surprised that Lando Calrissian is reprising his role as Lando Calrissian. I don't know his real name. That's not really that important. He's Lando.
Billy D. Williams.
He's Lando to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's Billy D. Williams, and everybody's a little bit afraid of him being in this movie because he's gonna die. They're gonna bring him back just to kill him. I mean, honestly, like that's what happened with Han. That's what happened with Luke. And of course, I don't know. You bring back the original trilogy character just to kill him, except if you're Chewbacca. If you're Chewbacca, you can still maintain being a prop. One of my biggest issues now is that Chewbacca is kind of like, one of the best parts about Chewbacca is that you had Harrison Ford responding to everything that he said, and so that made it twice as interesting because of the banter.
You don't even know what he said, but it was just assumed. I know what you mean, because now in the most recent movie, Chewbacca literally was just there.
Yeah,
there was
instant.
Like there was only one point.
Time. Yeah, hi, it's Chewbacca. I'm out. Yeah.
There's only one point where you can kind of assume what Chewbacca said, and it was like with Luke and Chewbacca when he's like, "Where's Han?" And like, even then, it was just like not a good exchange.
You got to be a Wookiee or a droid in the Star Wars universe to sustain long periods of time.
No, because what about
or a Force Ghost?
Solo. What's the droid's name? I always forget the name. LB, thick hip droid. You know who I'm talking about. I forgot her name.
She sounds hot.
The whole thing is Lando and her have like
Don't forget, Alex. I'm the only one here who's not seen Solo.
Holding true to the boycott.
He really is. This is the real truth of the boycott right in front of us here.
The Bespin boycott right here in front of us.
If you haven't boycotted it, you guys are traitors. Okay? So it's the same.
Lando took Bespin from this dude.
I'm gonna say this right now,
or
Thomas.
Maybe you took it from him. I don't know.
I'm gonna say this right now, Thomas. Be actually very glad that you didn't see it, because it does ruin Lando and Han, in my personal opinion. I mean, say what you want about it. I mean, I get that it's better than Last Jedi, etc., all these things, but honestly, it just wasn't as good. So, anyway, so we're gonna get into it. So Chewie probably just be a prop in episode 9. Moving on to the other people that have been mentioned in this. Anyone, of course, just real quick, since you guys mentioned Mark Hamill, of course, I was actually surprised when they mentioned this, because I thought that literally one of two things: that Mark Hamill was not going to be in it, or that he's going to be in it as a younger Force Ghost. The reason why is that I think he's going to be a younger Force Ghost is because he just shaved just recently. And so it does bring into about also all these things that you mentioned, because we've seen Force Ghosts appear as old and young, right? We've seen Anakin appear as a Force Ghost. We've seen Obi-Wan appear as a... first of all, do you think that Luke will appear as a young Force Ghost or an old one?
Right, because the change that Lucas made on Return of the Jedi with Hayden Christensen, it kind of is like, well, is it going to be young? I feel like we'll see him, it's almost like the Force projection. He was visibly younger, but he wasn't considerably younger.
I just want to know how you know he just shaved. Like, when did that hit the headlines?
Because everybody follows him. Everybody follows him very closely on Twitter, and
Apparently.
we see, and it's like, and everybody takes into account the time period in which that it's going to be filmed. If everybody's watching this closely, episode 9 is just barely started to be filmed, like literally 2-3 days ago, and so it's just because it's being starting to be filmed. If Mark Hamill doesn't have a beard, then people do speculate, because he's an important character, and I think that's in and of itself an extremely important factor. So it's like if he you know, and especially they always talk about his contract. He's under contract to have a beard because Jedi have beards. So
I just noticed that. Oh, that's great. Sorry.
How does Luke Skywalker shave? With a lightsaber or with the Force?
I don't know. Like with a rock, I would imagine, on an island.
You saw his scraggly beard.
He didn't have a lightsaber until Rey got back anyway, so...
Did he? Well, did he?
Did he?
Did he?
Wait, so
maybe in his dreams.
No, because what about when he is gonna kill Kylo and he has his green saber?
It's a meditation version of him, though. It's a meditation lightsaber.
No, I'm talking about the flashback. The flashback.
Oh, yeah.
When he's gonna kill Kylo, he has a green saber. So what happened to that one?
Yeah, that's the other really crazy misconception, is that what's up with the green? It's like, I think literally, because everybody was saying, you know, what is it? Ignite the green. I mean, that was a big hashtag on Twitter for a long time. Ignite the green. Everybody was psyched for Luke to come back, and we're gonna see his green.
And then the
lightsaber.
one time he ignites the green is when he's gonna kill Kylo.
Yeah, it's
Well,
silly.
what does the green imply? There's like a breakdown.
To the now ever-growing lore, which is crazy. All the new comics coming out, Clone Wars, which we'll talk about later, but like, I'm not surprised to see Carrie Fisher either. And with all that extra footage they had left over, it makes sense that they're going to use it.
I am actually surprised to see Carrie Fisher come back. I thought that they were just going to have her death in the crawl. I think it's cool that they're having her back, because I'm a huge Princess Leia fan. I loved Princess Leia, one of my first crushes in life. But honestly, having her return will be interesting to see, because they specifically talked about, you know, apparently there's been a lot of surprising footage that was shot for episode 7 and 8, apparently according to her brother. So it's going to be really interesting to see what footage they shot of Carrie.
Right. I guess I'm surprised to see that the footage they're going to be using. I wasn't surprised to see that Leia is going to be in the movie. Like, I knew Leia was going to have to be in it, and I knew Luke was going to have to be in it. But there are a couple different castings who we have no idea who they're going to be.
Richard E. Grant. Some are suspecting he could appear as Thrawn. It's possible.
He has that facial structure.
Kind of look like Thrawn a little bit. And then we have Kerry Russell, if we want to bring her up.
Which, she's kind of like a big-time actress. I feel like her role...
Mara.
Yeah,
Mara
like
Jade.
Mara,
Really
or maybe Rey's
Mom.
mom.
But really quick on Richard E. Grant, just before we move on with that, he was in Hudson Hawk in 1991. If you haven't seen that movie, kind of a fun 1990s flick. He actually did great stuff in Game of Thrones. He is kind of a world-class actor, so seeing him as Thrawn would be awesome. Of course, who's the guy who played Red Skull? You guys remember? Australian actor. Hugo Weaving.
Yeah.
He would have been a perfect Thrawn, but there's a lot of people.
Oh my gosh, he would have been.
Yeah,
that would have been tight. He has that demeanor.
And he'd been, because we've all seen him as Mr. Smith or whatever, but seeing him as Thrawn would be amazing.
In the Matrix?
Yeah, that's
Mr.
he was.
Rand.
Yeah, Hugo Weaving.
Mr. Anderson.
Yeah,
He'd be great.
He was Thrawn. Yeah,
that would be amazing.
No, Richard.
Yes.
Richard looks like he could be a Sith Lord. He looks like he could be a Sith Lord. And if you saw some of the stuff we were watching about, some rumors about maybe Snoke's being Plagueis, I don't know. We were seeing that like